So I go back to somewhere toward the end of my third grade. Then fast forward to the last day of school of sixth grade. I was getting ready to get on the bus, waiting to get on the bus. And it was just the last day before summer vacation. And I said to myself, you know what? I better take a look back at everything because I want to remember this day. Next year, I'm moving to 7th grade, the junior high school. And I'll be gone from that, maybe never see these schools again. So I turned around and I looked back at the schools, and because I wanted to run through the memories, so I remember everything. And I turned around, looked back, and started going through the memories. And suddenly I realized that there was nothing there. Absolutely nothing except for maybe a few months, few pictures maybe, but almost nothing. And I realized in that moment, wow, it was that moment I realized that something was missing, that I had lost pretty much all of my memory, starting somewhere in 3rd grade and going all the way back. I guess I knew my name, but yeah, I lost almost all of it, especially the academic stuff. There are pictures of, traumatic events. I remembered them, had 1 or 2 pictures of them, or something that I guess I had fun with doing out playing in nature. But other than that, everything was gone, pretty much. So in that moment, I decided I would take that summer to try to figure out what happened. And it was from that summer, just before going into 4th grade, that I started piecing things together. Then it's, still some pieces come. I think it took me about 20 years really to piece most of it together. I'd say about 75%. Not a lot of the memories. Most of the memories are still gone, but 75% of what happened. So we go back into 3rd grade, and the memories I had is one day waking up on the bottom bunk bed, and I slept on the top bunk bed. My brother, so I knew something was wrong. My younger brother said, "How's your head?" I yelled, I said, "What do you mean, how's my head?" Because we always fought. And he said, "Your stitches, how are you feeling?" Reached up. Sure enough, there was that familiar that metallic feeling of thread coming out of my head. What did I know? 3rd grade. It's just okay. Well, I don't know. I have no idea. And the memories I have after that of almost immediately I started getting pulled out of class, going to see a psychologist, getting tested, looking at the pictures, what do you see, counting the numbers forward and seeing if I can remember them. I actually was really, really good at looking at the numbers. I'd say them, I'd count them, if I spoke them out, and then she'd cover the numbers, and I'd be able to read them almost backwards, as long as I said them first. I had dyslexia. I wasn't able to. Yeah, well, I had dyslexia. So a psychologist, my mom, I guess, pushed me through. She was the guidance counselor, pushed me through. They wanted to keep me back because I sat in the back of the class. I don't think I could even spell my name. I remember simple mathematics, had no idea how to do. I really felt stupid. Boy, I didn't know anything. I was really lost. And that stayed that way until I entered high school. Then I started catching up. What's weird is that throughout some parts of my life, I have memories pop into me, and um, sometimes I would just go along, and these memories, it was as though they were real. I don't really want to discuss that right now, but some of these memories I had, they could have come from dreams. I don't know where they came from. But then when I sat down and really examined it, I said, there's no way that within this life, this reality right here, this life, that I could have been involved in that memory. Yet I have it, or had it. And so it certainly caused a lot of weirdness growing up, because sometimes I would have these memories, but often when I looked at it, I said, that's impossible. That's not, it can't be. Yeah, memories that weren't mine. I don't know if it has anything to do with it, and I've only spoken about it once or twice, but there was a time in my life, and again, this is a memory, I can't place exactly where it came from, when I really could not stand, well, the voices in my head, my self, who I was up here, my world. I just didn't want to be part of it. I knew it wasn't me. I didn't want to be part of it. I wanted another being to come and take over this life that I was doing, or I wanted, whatever it is. I wanted another being in here to come in and take over this personality, because I didn't like it at all. But I'm not even sure. I know this because it's a memory, and not a memory of a young, probably in the teens or something, or 20s or something, teens probably. But so it's weird. Okay, so that's amnesia. Amnesia. I had amnesia in third grade, probably towards the end of third grade, in which I lost all of my educational background, for sure. Everything I had learned, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and most of third grade. And well, a lot of other memories too, because even back when I was moving to sixth grade, I tried to remember, and it was just blank. But a lot of memory has come back, but only in pictures, and it stopped coming back quite some time. And it caused, I guess, an interesting thing. For a time, it doesn't seem to do it anymore, but when I would have memories of, I don't know, events, and I'd carry them around with me as though they were real. They'd be in the real part of my mind. But every now and then, I'd stop and assess it. I said, wait a second. I don't know where I got the memory, dream, whatever. But or I assumed maybe perhaps it was a past life, another reality, another dimension. I don't know. But kind of weird, because there were times when I actually wasn't sure whether it was me, reality or not reality, which I have no problem with. Real or not real, I just kind of take it as it comes. So that's amnesia. I think it was my younger brother threw a big rock and hit my head or something like that. I'm not sure. Or maybe I just fell. I think we were playing, have this memory. Interestingly enough, I do have the memory, and I had this from the very start, or a long time back, of my mother carrying me into the car. And that's a weird one too, because the memory is of her carrying me into the car, but looking kind of over her shoulder, her carrying me into the car, taking me to the hospital. So Interesting. I just wanted to put that forth because I said I'd do a talk about amnesia. Maybe I'll talk about more. It's kind of cool. I have no problem with having lost that memory, not having it. For some reason, I think it uh, wasn't necessarily something it's not something I regret at all. I'm not sure why. Those were hard times, probably. All right, so that's my amnesia talk.